you go off playing and having fun, somebody on your crew needs to take some time and register some of the key components, most notably your Yanmar engines, if you have a generator on board, and all of these electronics. Now, what is really pretty cool and beautifully put together is that Leopard puts these binders. We have 3 of them. You can see I've got 1 here, 2, and a 3rd one. And I'll show you how these things come. So they're all tagged. I don't know if you can see that, but it's tagged specifically for our hull. And then when you open these all have individual tabs for everything from the instruments, wind instruments, all the different electronic systems, multifunction, the MFD, the big screen up at the helm. And so you need to go through each individual one and register it. So here, I'll just show you real quick. So if I take this one out, so this is for what's called CTOC. It's part of the Raymarine system that allows all the electronic instruments to communicate to each other. That information is fed to the MFD, the multifunction display unit up at the helm. As an example, there are electronics that are telling you at the helm how much fuel is in each tank, how much water is in each tank, all that kind of stuff. It's all centralized to the helm. But when you open these binders and you take each individual one out, they're beautifully put, and I would highly recommend keeping them, nicely sealed and put away, because obviously you're out here in the marine environment. These things can get wet, and over time they would get ruined. Just so you know, these part numbers are broken up into, this is the actual item number, and then this is the actual serial number. So when you go to the Raymarine website and you set yourself up, I want to register as a new owner, and you want to start registering products, it will then ask you for give me the product ID or give me the serial number. I've been doing the product ID because I thought the easier way would be to do the serial number, but then sometimes it takes you down this kind of wonky path. So let me see if I can show you guys real quickly. So here it is. This is on the screen. So I'm on here. This will show that it's Andrew Temesbury. This is our account. And then this will take you into, it asks you information about what kind of boat you have, who's the manufacturer. Oops, let me get out of that. And then I went through one after the other here and listed, I don't know if you're close enough, can they see that? I went through and listed all of these products. So each unit here has been added, and then we go to this submit button, and you will end up submitting all of this information so that you've not only registered it, but if you do it...
Oh, do you want to join?
Yeah, let me hit that. So again, if you look at this thing, it says extended warranty upgrade 2 for 3 years for free. So if you do this right away, your 2-year warranty turns into a 3-year warranty. So why not? Why not take advantage of that? That's it. Hope that helps. Irvington down Carter's Creek. We are at the Custom Yacht Service Yard. This place is really, really beautiful. There are incredible homes in this entire area. Really, really quaint place to come to. If you're in this area and you need service done, we're having our 250-hour certified Yanmar technician service done on both our Yanmar engines and the generator, which means oil filters, fuel filters, diesel filters. They check the or top off the sail drives. As you can see, our little rigging here, it has been raining on and off, so we're trying to keep Doug, the technician, as dry as possible and keep water and stuff out of the engine bay while he's working. These guys are fantastic, really kind, really nice, just great service, really nice people. I just want to point out that I'm trying to learn. This is the second time to see this. The 50-hour service was done, and I did watch and film that in Fort Lauderdale. Now we're having the 250-hour service done, but I want to be able to do this myself. So in that vein of thought, let me just show you real quick. We had picked up these parts in Fort Lauderdale, and it's probably a really good idea to have all these things on board. So these are all the variety of different fuel filters, oil filters, the diesel filters. There's some impellers, hose clamps. There are belts, a variety of belts that the engines might need. So any of these things, break midstream somewhere during a long passage, you definitely want to have some of this stuff and have the basic knowledge of how you would replace something like this. Also, you need to have different fluids on board, so coolants for the engines, oil, engine oils. So it's great to have all these parts on board. So now, because we have all this stuff, we're just paying for the service, the labor side of it, because I was short on one filter for some reason, but so Doug's gonna do all the service side. I will watch and learn from him. Anyway, that's what we're doing here, and we'll introduce you to Doug in just a few minutes when he's back.
And you should have this all in your Yanmar manuals.
Yeah.
So, and then that's your 250.
Wow, that got soaked.
And then the sail drive. The same thing. The sail drive they want done at 250 as well. The initial could have been done at 50.
He looked at it. He did look at it at 50 in Fort Lauderdale, but he said it was fine.
Okay.
So I was like, okay.
It's one of those. Our take on it is if Yanmar says to do it, do it.
Yeah.
I've looked at fluid and it's perfectly clean, but that's the time to change it.
Yeah.
If you wait until it's as black as the diesel fuel, it's too late.
Yeah.
It's already been in there. All of its properties are no longer. It's broken down. It's not doing what it's supposed to be doing, and that doesn't mean that it's not going to work for you. It's just maintenance is maintenance for a reason. You keep up on that, and that's how you keep the longevity of the vessel. So
all right,
That's a good tip.
That thing that you have in your hand,
okay.
that lovely thing.
Yeah. What do you need to know?
well, so that thing creates you stick the tube down inside the where the dipstick is. You create a suction by pulling.
Yep. It's a pump, and you just create a vacuum, and it will extract the fluid, whether it's engine oil or coolant, whatever you're.
Because while you were gone, obviously you had already created the suction, so then it was just pulling and pulling and pulling.
Yep.
And then, that is very cool.
My eyes. Her dad wore sweatpants in a fried flannel shirt that was missing 2 buttons and a pair of old carpet slippers that he didn't mind running.
All right, let's call the raft.
Okay, the girl crouched barefoot on the moving raft.
Hey, can you read that?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's called Working on Cars.
Yep.
And sometimes I can get the little things to move. All right, but when you get down to the bottom and that gray bar gets in your way, you be careful. I mean, you just let me know to scroll down, okay?
Okay. And about liked to work on cars with her dad. Her dad owned a classic 1965 Mustang that was...
Alright, so I'm walking the yard here because somewhere, maybe that's the mast for it over there, there is a 68-foot monohull. I believe it's named Route 66. Maybe that's not it. I'm not sure where it is. Oh yeah, that is it, Route 66. So this keel can rotate. I believe it fans up. Oh, wow. So this boat has been up, they said, to, I believe, 32 knots, which is fast, to say the least. Look at the size of this mast. Triple spreaders. What an interesting hull design. This thing is so shallow. Yeah, so you could see this keel will go from its vertical rotate to its horizontal. I believe this whole thing can, so they can get into shallower. Wow, that is I'll have to look this up. So there's a website or a blog on the owner of this. Wow, look at this. The rudder. How freaking cool is that? I have not seen that before. So it looks like a, oh yeah, the main is all inside this boom. That is quite a vessel. Route 66. Again, if you are here in Irvington in the Chesapeake, these guys do full service. Just about everything. Custom yacht service. I know, I don't mean to sound like a commercial, but Maki and I, having had our own business, know how hard it is to build a company and to build a brand and to build customers. And in the time that we have been here, these guys came highly recommended. And I will say that the level of service has been quite spectacular. Now, for those of you with catamarans, such as us, they cannot haul you out. So this is a 20-foot beam max haul out. We are at 24 feet 2 inches, so we're a little too beamy for them to haul here, but we do not need any haul out service. So we came here for certified Yanmar technicians to do the work. Look at all these oyster shells. Look at all this. So the Chesapeake is filled with this. Look at this stuff. Wow, this is all, holy cow, look at this. But that should be enough to fill it and top it off.
Yeah.
All right, so we're putting the oil back in. Fresh and clean. Now on the, whatever you call them, the warming plug or whatever that thing is, you know, that you hold the button down for. I was told like 3 seconds, 3 to 5 seconds. But and I don't know if that's enough. And do I need to hold that down longer in colder weather?
In colder weather, absolutely.
And what's longer? 12 seconds?
If it was a 30 or 40 degree morning, you might go 15, 20 seconds.
Okay.
Yeah. Generally, what I would do is, you know, if what's your standard? 3 seconds, 5 seconds?
3 to
right
5,
now?
yeah.
Keep doing that.
Okay.
If it starts easily, 3 or 5 seconds is fine. once the temperature starts to drop lower and lower, obviously, if it continues to start, you know, then they're doing their job efficiently.
We're on the starboard side, and I noted before that there was a little pink fluid. There's a little concave area underneath the engine, so there was some pink fluid in there, which I did kind of mop up or soak up. That is coolant, and Doug noted that the reservoir is actually empty. Now, well, we've been running, when we run the engines, I'm always monitoring engine temperature, and I haven't seen it actually move at all, so I'm assuming that there's enough coolant that's been in the engine, and we've, since leaving Fort Lauderdale, over time, we've just used up what would have been the overflow in the reservoir because it has bled out onto the floor. So now Doug is trying to track down where it is that it's leaking from. It's probably a slight leak.
There's coolant and raw water here. This is your heat exchanger, and this is all taken care of. You know, the raw water and the coolant does its thing here, and then it goes into your mixing elbow. So the fact that you actually had engine coolant leaking out of here is not good. So what we're doing now is we're taking this off, and I'm going to pressure test this unit, and if we have any liquid at all coming out of this hole, then it's a casting issue or a crack or something in there. And since it's still under warranty, that's what Yanmar wants us to do. That's what we're going to do, and once we find a leak, they'll take care of it.
All right, so we are in the shop here at Custom Yacht Service, and the little leak that was identified on the coolant turns out to have been this is called the manifold.
Yeah, this is the exhaust manifold.
Exhaust manifold.
This is actually your heat exchanger. It's all one assembly on this engine. So we know we shouldn't be getting coolant through here, but for some reason we are. So what we've done is we've closed off the system. We've just looped our closed cooling system back. We've got our pressure cap on. So once we put pressure on here, we should not have any coolant in any of these holes, which right now it's just water, so coolant is a,
Right.
a loose term.
Yeah.
But what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive this out. Yeah, it's a borescope, so it's lighted, and what we're going to do is we're going to go look in the hole using the phone as you can already see the water droplet.
Yeah.
And there's actually a sort of rusty area up here, and that's what you can see. There's a droplet forming, and it's going to run down here in a minute.
And what's all this discoloration here?
That's probably just a little more rust from the coolant being in that passage.
Wow.
But yeah, that water drop, and I'm just using here. I don't know. Are you still recording? Your camera went off. The display. But I mean, you can actually see that. And this is a casting or a porosity issue. This is nothing there's no gasket, there's no seal or anything like that. That's just a bad part. I mean, this could get worse, and the leak could become more severe. Or the other thing is, it could do this, for a year or two. And then all of a sudden you have an issue, but by the time you try to take this the stud out, it could be so seized that, so catching it early is by far the best thing. Because as a warranty item, we'll have to send this back, and then they will do
Take a look at it.
So to speak, on it, and figure out, is it a one-off thing? Is it a manufacturing issue or something like that?
Yeah. Diagnosed yesterday, delivered today. Watch your fingers.
They packed it well.
Yeah, that's some serious tape.
I bet it's also got staples in it. And it does.
Oh, look at that brand new exhaust manifold.
There it is.
She's a beauty.
And it's all nice and painted with the gold.
Nice.
These are probably the gaskets.
All right.
All right.
Very cool.
Dog's gonna know that it's
Thank
here.
you. There's our girl. Tied up at the dock. Getting the mechanical aspects of the boat serviced, so we keep her in tip-top, brand new shape. I know many people will say, oh, you know, enjoy your boat while it's new because it doesn't stay that way, and obviously that's true, but what is also true is that if you take care of whatever it is you have, whether it's a, you know, 50-year-old automobile or a 50-year-old boat, there's no reason why you can't keep it in pristine shape. A lot of times you see the wooden Chris Craft boats or some of these things that are just absolutely gorgeous. And we fully intend to keep OliLuki looking just like she does now. And we are not only okay with that, but we are using this opportunity to teach Oliver and Lukas what goes into caring for something and enjoying it and having fun and being able to cruise and see other parts of the world is certainly part of it. One of the big reasons why we certainly came out here to share this with our boys. But there are some great life lessons, and taking care of this is a big one. So, all right, back to work.
Can I go fast?
No, we're filming.
Why?
Because we're filming, and if we do that, they won't be able to hear from our engine. So we are in Irvington, Virginia, still in the lower southern
Can we
part
show
of
them how we go fast?
the southern part of the Chesapeake, which, as you can see behind me, is breathtakingly beautiful. This place is another one of those slices of heaven that we've discovered in the Chesapeake, at least for ourselves. Our first time here, and it's just beautiful, beautiful homes. Like in front of us is this place called the Tides. If I don't get it wrong, I think it's the Tides Resort and the Tides Marina.
Tides in.
Tides Inn. Really cool. Truly a little resort getaway. They have golf, they have bicycles, they have kayaks. All these things, if you stay there, are free. You get to use them. We have thoroughly enjoyed our time in the Chesapeake. We wish we could have swam a little more, but between kind of the muddy, mucky water and lots of jellyfish, we decided not to. But that's okay. We'll do that in the Caribbean. This is a beautiful place, though. So, all right, here we go. No way. He's dying to show you how fast the dinghy can go, but we are in a no-wake zone, so we are not rule breakers.
Follow the lights, follow the signs, follow the feeling we got tonight. Follow